Hi guys, welcome to week 10 of 2017. Kayong here from Alpha Play. What we'll go through in this week video, alright, will be the same as what we usually do in our routine. We'll first take a look into the risk events, alright, the key economic events that's gonna happen in this particular week. Right, starting off today, actually, we only have one on Australia retail sales, which came in similar to forecast. Nothing much that's happening in the market later on today. For tomorrow, right, the key event to take note of is your RBA rate statement and cash rate. Previous interest rate is maintained at 1.5. Analysts is also expecting that this month the interest rate will maintain at 1.5. There's no reason for the RBA to cut its interest rate at this current moment. So the key things to take note will be listed in the RBA rate statement. So you need to read into it, right, and get a hang and some ideas as to what the RBA has to say moving forward. Right, for Wednesday, the more important news will be coming from the ADP non-farm payroll. Right, not the most important piece of information, but this most of the traders will take this as a early sign as to whether the non-farm payroll NFP later on Friday, whether is it going to be better or worse off. Thursday, key events will be on the Euro side, alright, with the minimum bid rate releasing together with the ECB press conference. Minimum bid rate from the Euro side maintained at 0% last month. This month, analysts is also forecasting that nothing will be changed. There's also no reason for the ECB to actually change the interest rate at this current moment. So the key for tomorrow or Thursday, right, in terms of Euro would be more towards the ECB press conference, listening to what Draghi has to say and how he answers certain questions that is presented to him. Ending off the week on Friday, we do have the dollar data, so the focus will be back on the US dollar with average hourly earnings, non-farm payroll, as well as the unemployment rate. Right, so last month's data for NFP is pretty positive at 227,000. This month, analysts is expecting a slight dip in the NFP, right? They are expecting a 185,000 data to be released. But in terms of average hourly earnings and the unemployment rate, the analyst is forecasting an improvement to both of this data. Okay, so the key focus here on Friday would be to look out for these three datas in the actual releases. Right, if average hourly earnings comes in beating the expectation, we might see the dollar strengthening, right? But if the average hourly earnings comes in slightly worse off than the expected, or even lower than the previous data, we might see a sell-off in the dollar itself. Right? So simply looking at the economic events that's happening this week, our focus on the three currency to look out for will be your Australian dollar, your Euro dollar, as well as your US dollar. Okay, so let's go on to the chart, alright, to share with you these three currencies to focus on for this particular week. Let's kickstart with the dollar index. Alright, on a higher time frame perspective, we are still holding a bullish bias. We are expecting one more move towards the upside, ranging between 103.78 to 106.6. Alright, so once price enter this zone, then this whole move towards the upside might have completed. But as of now, we are still holding a bullish bias on a higher time frame. H4 perspective, alright, we forecasted this pullback late last week. Right now it has hit the 50% to 61.8 Fibonacci retracement region. So over here we are gonna expect one more push towards the upside, at least towards 102.94 or even higher at 103.50. Okay, so this week we are holding slightly bullish bias on the dollar index, alright, and we of course need to look out into Friday's data, whether it's gonna be a catalyst to push price higher. Alright, so for dollar index, we're expecting this up move over here. Let's take a look at Aussie. Alright, we have been eyeing this for some time. On a daily time frame, alright, what we are seeing is actually a big triangle pattern. So right now we are anticipating and price is currently in the last wave of your triangle pattern, which is your E wave, right, to complete somewhere below around the 7190. We are currently trading around 7580. Alright, so you still have about 400 pips of movement for you to capture. Going down to H4, alright, we did see that price actually broke out of this wedge pattern over here, and right now we are waiting for a retracement, okay, on a 4-hour time frame back towards our 50 to 61.8 Fibonacci level around 7640 to 7665 to look out for a short opportunity. Right, what I'm forecasting and anticipating is for price to retrace up here within today or early tomorrow, and we might see the RBA rate statement as well as the cash rate to be the catalyst to perhaps push the Aussie dollar lower. Right, so how low it can go, we're going to anticipate minimum target to sell the Aussie will be up to 0.7450 to 7382. Alright, this is our first target, and if this level breaks, we can aim for 7180. Alright, around that region. Right, so for Aussie, we are bearish for this particular week, and we are going to monitor the RBA rate statement closely tomorrow to see if that's going to be the catalyst to push the Aussie lower. And of course, we need to take a look into Euro as well. It's gonna be the highlight for this week with ECB press conference. On the daily time frame, the Euro is actually in a consolidation phase after a significant move lower since the high at 1.1615. Alright, once it tapped the low at 1.0335, right, it's basically currently in a range environment. Even on the daily time frame, it's not moving much. Right, and if I bring you to the 4-hour time frame, you can see how is it currently consolidating. All right, since since last week itself. Okay, but having said that, we are still holding a slight bearish bias on the euro dollar. Looking at the fundamental on the euro zone, it's not very healthy. It's not very positive. Alright, so we are looking for areas in which we can have a higher possibility of taking a short. And still have a certain chance or higher probability that we might profit from it. Right, so the area that I'm looking out for this week, it's at the 1.0630 to 1.0665 area. Okay, if price push one more time up towards this region, I'll be monitoring to take a short trade, targeting as low as 1.037 to 1.03. Okay, what is going to be the catalyst is definitely going to be your ECB press conference coming in on Thursday. Okay, and of course another force that you need to monitor is your dollar. Alright, so just to quickly summarize some of the analysis and watch list that we have in this particular week, we are looking at 3 currencies: Aussie, dollar, as well as the euro. Alright, so we're going to look at Aussie dollar, Euro dollar, as well as the dollar index. Alright, so for this week, our bias on the dollar index, right, is slightly bullish, expecting it to hit the 102.94 region. Euro, we are slightly bearish, expecting it to fall lower towards 1.037. And for Aussie, we are also bearish, okay, expecting it to hit at the 0.7450. Right, so once again, quick disclaimer, all these are just my personal analysis, alright, it's not a signal, and you need to do your own due diligence with proper risk management in place. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop your questions or even comments in the section below, alright, and we'll talk to you next week.